Amazon right now.
Yeah, $300.
10% off. It's only $265. It's a steal. You should get it.
No, I've got other things I want to build.
Dude.
So I got a one. What, dude? What?
No, I just thought that was sweet.
Dude.
Look, okay. You
Just
can
your
buy whatever
reaction.
you want, but just swipe through these images real quick and tell me it doesn't excite you. Okay, but you haven't swiped yet.
because I see all that panel.
You haven't swiped
He's not
yet.
excited. He's not a gay robot.
You build the chassis,
Yeah.
and then you build on top of it, and then you build on top of that.
Dude, you
and
do that
that's
with
what
this-
you actually get to see.
You do that with the
I-
gal.
That's what the Barbados model is. You don't.
Get that out of my face, man. Weebs.
Is it on?
So, guys. Oh my goodness. Now I got a stupid Crunchyroll.
Man,
I
let
love
the
it.
town die.
Do you have a script?
You have notes? Are you me?
No,
I have
this isn't
notes.
Notes.
Why do you have a script? Did you forget how this goes?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the P1 BakaTaka Grand P tournament, where fierce foes and even fiercer fists will fly. We have a stacked year, so let's get the show on the road, shall we? In the right corner, it's him. He's here. He's now. He's oh so wow. It's Eric. On the other corner, we have the one and only, the ain't no phony. It's your boy, George. And in the third corner, we have... Wait, who is this? Chase has been replaced. Who is this mysterious character? This shadowy figure that we see before us? It's part of the darkness, Chase. Dun, dun, dun! The battle is so stacked, and yet we have a surprise guest. The darkness has captured Chase. What will become of this outcome? Only one way to find out. Stay tuned for the next P1 BakaTaka Grand Pre-Tournament. Welcome to BakaTaka.
Yeah, I had a potbelly sandwich before we started, and it's coming back to haunt me.
I was so confused at what that was, and then I realized that's a throwback.
Yeah, it is a throwback. And I think you caught me at the start saying, "What the is this?" So, well, I was saying something vulgar at the start.
I was pretty loud. I was the only voice I could hear. A few minutes of the headphones
Okay.
and everything.
I don't know if I said it loud enough, but I was caught off guard.
We're back. This is BakaTaka, everybody. Sitting on the left, it's
George.
on the right, it's
Eric?
and I'm in the middle, and I'm Chase. You're the audience. You're sitting on the other middle. What's up?
This feels so awkward because we're doing it at my house.
Yeah. Also, why is my slider so, why is mine low? Why aren't they even? Shouldn't they be even?
Yours should be about right here.
Am I number 2?
Yeah, you're number 2.
Okay, that's why I'm all the way up.
That makes sense, because
Yeah.
he's loud.
And
I'm
I'm
not
sitting.
No, I'm sorry, loud on there, because, it needs to be
Oh
higher.
yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
a soft-spoken man.
Soft.
Mine's a more consistent straight with my mouth than yours is.
Oh,
'cause
you're consistently straight?
Yeah,
and I'm not?
yeah. Did I stutter?
Yeah, you kind of did a few times.
A little bit.
I'm just a soft-spoken Southern man.
Why do you keep taking sips out of your cup right in front of the mic? It's like you lean into.
I was gonna blow a bubble, but I was like, nah, that's not
I took
good.
care of that earlier.
Yeah, no. Welcome to BakaTaka, everyone. It's been a while since the last time we did one.
When was the last time we did
The last time we did one, according to the channel, which isn't correct because it took me a while to upload them, it was about a year ago.
Chase, you're definitely number 2. Eric's number 3.
Am I number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
Hello.
Yeah, you peak the most.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, bring that down.
Yeah, 2 peaks whenever you talk.
Yeah.
Now 3 needs to go up because that's me, right? Yeah, I'm 3.
Yeah.
Turn me up.
Yep. Turn him up.
me up.
Turn him up.
Turn me up.
Turn 'em
Turn,
up.
Turn him up, Buttercup.
turn me up.
So, George, say something real quick.
Something real quick.
Man, this just shows we haven't done this in a while.
There we go. We're all set. Everyone sounds even at this point.
Are you sure about that?
I'm gonna need a second one of these. If this goes on like this.
I think it sounds all right.
Can we just start over?
Do you want to take a listen?
No.
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
I believe you.
All right.
I'm gonna judge your judgment calls, but I believe you. I'm just not
I
going
think
to
it's fine. I can see it from
make
here.
it sound
looks
like I
alright.
do.
Chase, you've got one eye and you've got mirrored aviators on. In
I
a
live
dark room.
indoors.
In a dark room.
And you're wearing a hat.
He always wears the hat.
Yeah, he always wears a hat,
I always
but
wear
it's
a hat.
blocking out the sun.
Let's get on to what we've been watching / playing.
Speaking of hats, you saw the hat that I got, right?
No.
The green hat that I think I wore to sushi last time.
Yeah.
It says it's a VTuber hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's Fauna's
I've
hat.
seen it.
Yeah, it says "Man, I love Fauna" on it. But think of the first letters on it. Yeah,
He got it like instantly. I
Yeah,
didn't. You had
no
to tell it to
yeah.
me.
She knew what she was doing.
That's hilarious.
You had to explain
You
it
don't
to
even
me.
watch. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I watch Fauna occasionally.
You still watch VTubers?
Occasionally.
What about Eevee?
Eevee. Oh, Eevee.
Whoa.
That's,
Whoa. What
No.
about?
no,
Moving on.
No man. No man.
no, we don't talk about that here.
No, we don't.
There are very few forbidden topics, and that is a forbidden topic.
Amen.
Yeah, and if you refer to it, you have to refer as FP. The original title.
The original.
I'm gonna-
Crazy. Crazy. Oh my
All right,
gosh.
let's get into the juicy
Yeah.
stuff.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You do.
Yeah, you brought it up.
You want me?
I mean,
Well, we're going to ridicule your taste anyways. So
yeah,
Okay,
that's a
that's
good
fair.
point.
Okay. I'll go over a brief few things
let's
recently.
let's do it like a show at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because just listing out stuff, it's just going to be like a
Oh, yeah,
bombardment of
yeah, it's
information.
bad.
I'm not gonna list out
Yeah.
everything and stuff.
Just pick a show you want to talk about.
I want to pick a show because when you were pointing out over at these Gundams and stuff like that, it was making me think that it reminded me that I finished Witch from Mercury season 2 and Zeta Gundam.
Okay.
Nice.
Like the actual series,
The actual
Zeta Gundam,
series
or like the
of Zeta
movie?
Gundam.
Okay. Because I watched the movies for them.
Yeah.
Because they cut out all the fluff.
Well, see, here's the thing. A lot of the fluff you need for these.
I feel like
I disagree.
by virtue of it being fluff, that implies
Well,
you don't
So
need
the
No,
original,
no.
so the original Gundam was 50 episodes, right?
48 actually.
We'll say 50.
Yeah.
We'll say
works.
50. You don't need most of that because they put in a lot of fluff to sell the models.
Well, so the thing about it is we're referring to it as fluff, but it's actually not fluff.
It is fluff.
Like there is like actual genuinely stuff that is happening like in them.
yeah, but it's not mainly pertinent to the story. You can watch the 3 movies and get all the information you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are you experiencing Gundam
Yeah.
in it? Okay. Anyways, Zeta Gundam.
Yeah, Zeta.
Zeta is pretty darn cool.
Is that what I gotta say?
I like how it proceeds after the original Gundam. I like that it changes stuff, but
Tell us a bit about it, Chase. What in it? What scenes in it did you enjoy? What characters did you enjoy?
Okay.
What model
well,
did you enjoy?
I was gonna say the one thing I don't like about it is Camille is very inferior to Amuro. And Amuro,
Who are those 2 characters?
main 2 characters. Amuro Ray is the main character of the original Gundam.
Mhm.
Camille is the main character of Zeta Gundam,
Mhm.
which Amuro Ray also appears in Zeta Gundam. So does Char. So does
I love Char. every time I think of Char or see Char, I think of that stupid meme where he's like coming through the wall, and it's like, I came here to laugh at you.
Char is actually like the best Gundam character.
Like Char's counterattack
yeah.
and everything like that. It's so good. He's a really good villain.
That's hilarious.
He's not even a villain half the time.
Yeah.
Is the funny part about it.
Yeah.
He's actually like a good guy for all
Well,
of Zeta Gundam.
he's set up as an antagonist
Yeah.
or an anti-protagonist.
Yeah, because in the entire Zeta Gundam, Camille is a part of his crew,
Yeah.
and
Well, because
yeah.
he's part of, it's the Xenons, right?
Yeah. Well, they're not Earthians. They're the
Martians.
Spacians.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Spacians.
And you know, he's fighting for like the Mars people or whatever, because that's why he has his red Zaku. And then he does his thing.
Oh, Char. Yeah,
Yeah.
Char is fighting. He's basically doing things setting up for
Yeah.
Char's counterattack.
Yeah. Which is really good. if you're going to watch something like Char's Counterattack, it's really good. Even if you don't know anything about it, like watch the movies or just read about it and get to Char's Counterattack.
Char's Counterattack.
It's really good. You look so confused.
What is Gundam?
Shut up.
Don't listen to this guy. He's literally built model kits.
Yeah, but that's literally all I know about
right.
Gundam too.
Let me explain this to
Same.
you. So
I don't know any of these characters. I don't know what series you're talking about.
Gundam is essentially it's a space opera.
Yeah.
It's a political
Yeah,
struggle
I
between the
get that.
people of Earth and the people who've left the Earth to like colonize Mars and stuff like that.
It's
and
the
it just turns
Xeons.
into a thing of like Earth against Mars and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's usually the major plot point of most Gundam, like Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yep.
Is literally about the orphans from Mars or whatever, and they get a Gundam, the Barbados, which I have built over there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And there's the whole point of Gundams is or the series of Gundam is, like you said, it's literally like the Federation versus the Xeon, or the not the Federation, the
Whatever the Earth people are.
yeah, the whatever the Earth people are versus the Xeons and everything. That's what the original one is about. But after they win. They beat the Xeons and stuff. They basically kill like all the important people.
Oh.
And after that point or whatever, Xeons aren't like the Empire anymore. They're not them anymore and stuff. So now it's basically like the at that point it switches from Earthians for Spacians, people who were born on Earth and people who weren't born on Earth and stuff. And that's where it gets mixed in. And then also Xeons as well and stuff. So the new point also is that there is new types. New types are people who can pilot Gundams, but they can also basically like mind link with other new types.
I was gonna say they're essentially psychics.
Yeah, they're essentially psychics, and they can communicate to other psychics without even being on like the same planet, pretty much.
Because that's the main plot point of the first Gundam is because they meet one of the new types, and it's the romance story between them.
And eventually, especially with like later series and stuff like that, it's everyone. It's basically the conflict between new types and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
There's a like narrative, like Gundam narrative. That one is very into like new types versus everyone else. I think even if I'm not mistaken, Hathaway was also that, if I remember correctly. But that's basically what the point is like every time you get to one, it's going to have a conflict, whether one way or another, based on Xeon, Earthian, Spacian, new type, not new type, all that stuff. And it's just constant conflicts whenever you get to them. Which from Mercury is about a school, and one girl in the school wants to make a business.
Is which from Mercury Universal Century, or is it the other timeline?
It is Universal Century.
So it's part of the main Gundam storyline.
No, it's not actually.
So if it's not part of the main Gundam storyline, it's whatever the other...
I believe it is not.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's...
So it falls under like Seed, Iron-Blooded Orphan.
Yeah, because I was trying to see anything. They never mention anything like that's connected to them and stuff. But Hathaway is.
Okay.
Hathaway is definitely Universal Century. So, but in narrative. But yeah, that's Gundam.
Fair enough.
You
It's
understand?
good that you bring up Gundam because I've been building a lot of model kits for Gundam.
The
Wow.
metal.
And that is a fun hobby to do. Just sitting here hunched over like a gremlin for 12 hours building a model.
I
yeah.
still have to finish the second one. I've got like some of the second one I did. I've still got some of like the little accessory stuff that I need to finish. Just haven't done that.
I hate doing accessories. So
It's
like
not as fun.
I built the Gundam 00 model, and it had so many so it's sitting over there, and the weapons on it are so heavy. I had to super glue the weapons onto it because they just wouldn't sit on them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to super glue my Zord.
That and his hips broke when I put him in.
No.
So the joints on it were the little ring joints that connect in.
Yep.
And when you connect it in, there's a seam on the ring joint.
Mm-hmm.
And when I connected the legs, it cracked right on that seam on both joints. So I had to super glue both joints. So I can't really move the legs the way I want to. And the weapons are super heavy, and they don't sit on his backpack very well.
Yep.
So I had to super glue his weapons and stand him that way. That's the only way he like balances.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's doing it, dude.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's hanging out.
Yeah.
I like that he's in mid motion.
What? The Barbados?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I could actually do stuff with him because everything fit perfectly on that kit. If I'm gonna suggest a kit to buy for master grade, Build the Barbados is really good.
The Witch from Mercury is also a very good cat.
Mhm.
I feel like it's just one of the things. It's just a good size. It's a good level of complexity. And they're well designed.
Yeah. I'd say if you're going to get into a Master Grade kit, build a Barbados.
Yeah.
Which one's this?
That's the Victory, Gundam Victory prototype model.
That's what's that.
Yep. I just bought that the other day.
Is this a fishing box? What is that?
It's an art
Like a
box.
like a sewing kit kind of thing.
No, it's an art toolbox.
literally for an art toolbox.
It looks like a tackle box.
I mean, quite frankly, most boxes
Yeah.
like that are very
Yeah.
similar. So yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm
it's
not
for
wrong.
art.
Yeah.
This
I'm
is
not
art.
wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
So it's good that you brought up Gundam because that's the hobby I've been getting into recently.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Other than that, I've just been playing Near Replicant, and also a bunch of movies, but too many to count.
That's boring.
Yeah.
Hey, no, it's not too boring. I will bring them up. Baby Assassins,
Sounds boring.
1 and 2. Whatcha? You ever watch a live action anime? Baby Assassins. You
Yeah.
ever watch anything by Yugo Sakamoto? Baby Assassins and a janitor. Connected universes, assassins, not. You good?
Just spins.
He's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Anyways, Baby Assassins is awesome. You should watch it.
I'm not going to.
It's free on YouTube.
Why's your hand on my thigh?
It's not.
All right.
No, it is.
What are we getting into next?
Anyways, who's up next? Yeah.
Yeah, I have yet to watch any Gundam.
Except
You're
for the
not-
one episode you watched at my place.
Yes, that's true. I did watch one episode.
The thing is, like, you're not missing much with
I
Gundam. is the
really,
thing.
I don't care about it.
Yeah.
If I want mecha anime, I'm gonna watch
Valverde the
Old
Liberator.
Noah Zero,
Dude,
which I have. And
I'm
the second
cringing.
season was so bad.
if you can't see it on my face, I'm cringing.
I watched that, but no, I mean, Darling in the Franxx was much better.
And it's, I'm with George. Like, you're a loss to talk about because just life's moving.
Yeah, it's kind
Life
of
is
crazy.
moving.
I haven't watched a whole lot. I started Haikyuu because
There
the
you go.
movie is coming out later this month.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of Haikyuu to watch though to be ready for that.
To be fair, it's like, what, season 1 is a 2-core?
Yep.
Season 1 is 2 core.
Season 2 is a 1-core.
Season 2 is 2 core, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it 2-core?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2-core, but then season 3 is 10 episodes and it's one game.
And then
I have heard that, which is insane.
But it's a really good game.
I know.
to
I
the
know.
top is 1 core, but it's 2 seasons.
What?
To Haikyuu to the top, season 4.
Is it season 4?
Yeah, that's season 4.
I haven't seen season 4.
Yeah, to the top. I didn't watch it either.
You're saying to the top over and over is
Crazy.
not
Haikyuu to the top, season 4.
Good for Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Last episode I watched was like 10 years ago.
I know, yeah. But
It's been going for a while.
did you get to season 3?
No, I'm
probably
like
like-
8 episodes.
I was
I'm like
gonna
10
say-
episodes into season 1.
Oh, I didn't really like it until season 3 that much.
He gave it that easy 3-season test.
Yeah. That was back when I watched everything.
That is true. You did used to watch everything. Honestly, no, I haven't been watching a ton. I've been watching here and there more than I have been in the past,
Right.
but haven't been watching too much. I've been playing things more so. Got into Persona 3 Reload,
All right.
and I started Stellar Blade just a couple days ago, and I'm having fun. I enjoy it.
A couple of days ago from when? Today's date's the 3rd. May
Yeah.
3rd.
So I've been playing Stellar Blade for I think 3 days now. So basically, right at the end of April, start of May.
When did it come out?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Not off the top of my head.
I don't follow anything.
I got it the day it came out.
I do know the guy who made Stellar Blade and Yoko Taro had
Yep.
an interview together.
Yep. Yeah, I watched part of it.
Yeah, they're both like just, I love your games. I love your games.
That's just Japanese people being Japanese, though.
One's
Yeah.
Korean.
I'm Korean and Japanese.
You're Yoko Taro and what's his face? I don't remember his name.
They just want to make games about hot women beating up
True.
people. Like that's literally
True.
all they want. And you know what? They're making their dreams come true, and I can't
Yep.
I can't be upset with that.
I can't fault them either.
Yoko Taro said he doesn't like games that have a detailed shopkeeper, but the one that was in Stellar Blade was so cute that he was very glad that they zoomed in on her.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Listen, Yoko Taro knows what he's doing because there's literally an achievement in Nier Automata to stare at 2B.
I got that achievement.
I got it by
Had to.
accident.
I needed to get.
I got it by accident.
You got it by accident?
Yep.
Explain that.
So there's one.
Explain yourself.
There's one thing where you're fighting on like the docks near the sea,
Okay.
and then when it ended, where I landed was just where I landed, and I had to run off to go do something. I went to
Yeah.
go get a drink and take care of something, and I came back and I saw an achievement. I'm like, oh, what's this? And it's literally like you stared at 2B's butt. I'm like, oh, heard,
You're like, I did.
That's
didn't
really
I?
funny.
heard.
And I know in Replicant, if you do that with Kaine, she shoos the camera off multiple times, and then on, I don't know, the 10th time or so, just kills you.
Mhm.
Just, you die. Like, literally game over.
I didn't know that.
There's another game that Lollipop Chainsaw
Yeah.
has achievement for trying to
could
stare up
see
her
it.
skirt.
Yeah. I don't know if Stellar Blade has one.
But I'm just saying, Yoko Taro knows what
But
he's
we'll
talking
find
about
out.
when there's cute shopkeeper. He's like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. But Stellar Blade, lots of fun. Barely into it. I'm maybe a quarter into the game. Not a lot. But I'm having fun. It's kind of a Dark Soulsy. You got your combos. Go for your perfect parries, your perfect dodges. I'm a button masher, so that's not great. But you can kind of just push your way through.
Oh man.
So that's what I'm doing.
Just brute force it.
Just brute force it. But I'm having a great time. I like the world. The voice acting is great. The characters are great.
How's the dub?
It's good.
Oh, you're playing with the dub.
Yeah, I'm playing with the dub.
Of course he is.
Is it?
Aren't they British?
They are.
Yeah.
I don't entirely understand that choice. It's good. It works. I just don't understand it.
Follow-up question. Are they naturally British?
They should be, because most of the voice actors that do stuff and things now are naturally British.
I don't know who the voice actors are, so I would
Same.
assume. But
I could care less.
yeah, it doesn't matter. And not everyone is British. Just some. Mostly just the people from the colony, I think.
Oh.
It's
It's
just
kinda
the
like the
people
space
that do
colony
have British accents in games have British accents, like all the voice actors in Xenoblade and stuff like that
Yeah.
aren't.
Have you gotten an ending yet? Is there only one ending?
There are multiple endings. I know that. I have not gotten an ending yet. I've gotten game over several times. I've done a lot.
I believe that.
I've gotten 2 endings in Replicant, but that's about it. But is how many does Stellar Blade have? Do you know?
No, I don't know. I hope it's 26.
Oh.
One for each letter.
I hope that's like a Yoko Taro game, and you have to have every weapon in the game. To
I
proceed to the
have
next
not.
ending.
I don't think there's multiple weapons.
Oh, is there not?
I don't think there are multiple weapons. I have not found another weapon. I have not seen a screen that lets me change my weapon.
What about the
So-
shopkeep? What does she sell? Weapons?
Weed,
Stuff,
drugs.
maybe.
Drug.
You can buy a heart. You can buy a heart in a bag. And then if you die, you can revive right
some-
where you died instead of having to go back to your
How do you put the
save.
heart in?
It just knows.
Oh.
That's some Warhammer stuff.
It's pretty great.
Well, you actually have to put
It's
the heart in.
it's a mechanical heart in a bag. Like all the items are pretty well designed. Honestly, the design work for the game is pretty cool. I'm very happy. The two downsides, the only two things that I really can complain about so far, the control of Eve, the character you play as, little bit sloppy.
I've
Like
already
some
heard
of
all
the-
this, I'll be right back.
Oh,
Some of the maneuvering aspects of the game is just
is it floaty?
it's a little bit floaty. It's a little bit floaty. You get used to it, but it's just like I could do with it being a little bit more tight.
I get that. Yeah, because something like Shadow of the Colossus is mega floaty.
Oh, it's not nearly that bad,
Okay.
but yes.
So
And then The other one is the world design looks amazing, but functionally, it can be a little difficult to know like where you are and where you're going, especially considering no mini map. There's no mini map, which is fine.
Which means you got to memorize where you're going.
Yeah, you basically have to open the map, which you can do at any time. Like you can open the map whenever you want. So if I can open the map whenever I want, why can't I just have a mini map?
Because then you would be looking at the mini map while you're playing the game, and you wouldn't be like, where am I going? And you wouldn't be memorizing where the locations and where to go in the game.
But that leads me to the other problem. Some of the world design makes it hard to just look and know where you need to go. It's not necessarily easy to just, oh, here is my goal in the distance. I'm going to march toward that. Sometimes you can, but in a lot of cases it's like, which like little jut of wall is the path that leads to like this other section of the map. And it's in this kind of the area I'm currently in is like a wasteland. It's very deserty, gray, like
That reminds me of
sandy.
An old story about the playtesters for Oblivion. I think it was Oblivion. So they had a cave that had 2 paths.
Yeah.
And they said we had to take one of the paths away because for some reason the playtesters, so the right path would go to where you need to go, but the left path would be a loop. And they said they had to take away the left path because the playtesters kept going down the left path and looping because they kept trying to look for secrets. And they would keep going down the left path over and over and over.
Yeah.
So they were like, this is stupid. The playtesters are dumb. We're just taking this path out.
Place testers aren't dumb.
Yeah, that's how I feel about not having a mini map. It's just I'd rather just see it so I'm not looping. And being dumb.
Exactly. Like it's easy to open the map and be like, okay, I know like where I need to go, but then you close the map and you just look around the area and it's like the landmarks aren't there. And I've had the same problem with the Horizon games. The worlds look amazing. Like visually, they're very appealing. I think it's great for the world building to see all like the collapsed stuff, but like functionally going, okay, I open the map, this is where I'm trying to go, close the map, and I'm just like, I don't even know which way I'm facing. Like I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like, just give me the mini map so I do.
Is it
it just makes it easier. And it's nothing so like awful that the game is like unplayable. Let me be clear, but
I know the combat is the world Souls-like style where it's like you unlock paths and then you proceed for that. You can go for that path, or is it just open world?
a little bit. There's a little bit of that. Like you kind of fight your way through an area and then you open something or do something, and then you've got an easier way to like go through. So it is a little bit Souls-like. It's not as Souls-like in that there's no difficulty adjustment. It's you can put it on story mode if you want, but I mean I'm having a great time doing it through normal, and I think the only options available at the start are story or normal difficulty. I don't think you get a hard until probably you beat it, like New Game Plus kind of thing. But I'm having fun. I like the world building. I'm excited to see where it goes. I wish the controls were a little bit tighter. I wish it was a little bit easier to try to like know like where I'm trying to go. But I guess part of a game that needs to convince you are in kind of an open world is that it needs to kind of hide the boundaries of spaces, which means there's going to be some stuff that looks like you could hop on that rock when really you can't hop on that rock. That's just how it is.
No Raku.
And they do a pretty good job. Sometimes it's pretty obvious the rocks you can and can't hop on. But every once in a while, it's just like, okay, I want to be there and I can't.
I would like to be on the top of that one.
The combat is fun, though. I really like the combat. I feel like if I was one of those gamers that actually decided to put more time and effort into learning how to time parries and dodges and things, I'd probably love the game even more. I can't, and I don't want to. I just want to button mash.
I wish I could do that too, because I go back and watch some of these like combo videos people put out for like Devil May Cry.
Insane.
Where they're doing like emotes in the middle of it and like taunting bosses. I'm just like, this is... The amount of hours and muscle memory you put into like memorizing these patterns and stuff like that is just insane to me.
Or just like sit on the ground by the boss. Yeah.
Or people that do like no-hit runs of like the Dark Souls games and stuff like that. It's insane. Like the guy that did like the straight runs from like Demon Souls all the way to Elden Ring without taking a hit. is just insane to me.
Or the guy who beat Punch Out blindfolded.
Oh, people do that all the time now.
Yeah.
That's not impressive.
Yep. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's not as impressive anymore.
Imagine someone just beats Punch Out blindfold in front of you and you're like, lame.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Seen it.
Yeah.
Been there.
They've been doing that for like 15 years.
That's true.
Super Punch Out, I think, was the harder one to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That one has happened now too. I think it was. I think it was Summoning Salt who did it first, actually. Well, maybe not first, but Summoning Salt has done it. It got warm down here.
Yeah, it did.
Took my jacket off. He's taking his sweatshirt off, putting his hat back on. I'll tell you what.
And the AC up, so it should kick in.
Did you turn it on?
I'm comfortable. He can't hear you. Put his headphones back on.
I can hear.
I can hear you talk.
I can hear. I can.
Can you? Can you?
Did you want to bring up Persona?
I mean, I can.
I mean, we've had Persona episodes.
We've talked about Persona though.
That's true. You missed your Persona episode.
Yeah, Persona 3 Reload. Having fun. It's a good game.
Yeah, that's all. Thumbs up.
Yep.
George approved.
Yeah.
There you go.
Easy. Easy. All right. The big man.
What do I want to talk about? Because I know there's one topic that will get me really mad.
Ooh, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about the man topic.
It will get me mad because Chase's opinion on it.
Oh, is it
I'm
like...
even more excited.
And
Is it the Monty Hall problem where he won't accept that it's not a 50-50 after they open the door with
he won't
the
accept
goat behind it?
No, he won't.
I accept it. It's just...
He won't accept that the show is literally a 10 out of 10.
Oh, all right. No,
Oh,
He knows, yeah.
quintessential quintuplets, yeah.
No. No. I still need to watch that, but no.
You do. It's so good. It's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I haven't watched it because...
Plus, they're getting a honeymoon movie.
I
I
know.
heard about that. I'm
Yeah.
so ready.
Why?
I don't even care.
I
I'm
know.
ready.
It doesn't seem like it's up my alley of something I want to watch. It does seem like a very George show. But the topic that will get me mad is what I genuinely believe is a 10 out of 10 show, and I enjoyed every moment of it, was Frieren.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it. I want to. I just haven't started it. I've seen bits and like literally just clips of it.
I've never enjoyed a show as much as this since like watching Major season 5.
Just wait till you watch Quinn Quinn.
I'm not going to watch Quinn Quinn. I need to watch it, but I'm not going to watch
No,
it.
that's fine.
Gonna watch Quinn Quinn.
Probably not.
That's fine. Just read it.
We'll be on our deathbeds, and George will
I should watch.
crawl over to me and be like, "Did you watch Quinn Quinn?"
Who's best girl? It's Miku, right? It's Miku.
Oh,
And then we'll die and go off to heaven, and he'll be at the pearly gates like Quinn Quinn, right?
yeah.
But I watched Frieren. One of the greatest experiences I've ever had watching a show.
I really, really want to watch Frieren. I have heard exclusively amazing things, so now I'm very interested to hear why Chase hates it.
So I'll just say, when I sat down to watch it, only 20 episodes were out of it at the time.
Only 20 episodes?
Only 20 episodes were out at the time when I started watching it. It's a 23 episode show.
Gotcha. You didn't expect him to say 23.
I would have expected 24, you're right.
Yeah. But only 20 episodes were out at the time. I was like, okay, I've heard a lot about Frieren, and it seems like it's up my alley.
Yeah.
I sat down and watched it, and I didn't stop. I sat and watched all 20 episodes, and I enjoyed every moment of it. I sat in that chair. I sat in that chair Chase is in right now,
This one right here.
and I did not move. I just kept hitting next episode.
That's impressive.
Yes.
How many tears?
How many tears? Surprisingly, a few.
Surprisingly, a few. Like you
Surprisingly-
expected more, or you expected none.
I expected 0 because I'm not a crier,
Yeah, same. I'm not a crier.
but
You were crying in this chair.
yes,
You're in his crying chair.
yeah. That's my lucky chair too.
That's his,
Oh,
that is
man.
his lucky chair.
It's my lucky chair, my crying chair.
Why don't you put your laptop over here?
When he sits in that chair, the Reds win.
I don't have a laptop.
Yeah, your computer.
I'm not moving my tower over there.
In the lucky chair? No wonder you keep losing.
I don't lose.
Tell me
Yeah.
about Frieren.
Where to start? So it's got the one thing I enjoy most in shows now is overpowered main character.
I do
'Cause
love an overpowered main character.
she's,
I
you
just
know,
do.
she's just a 1,000-year-old elf that's done stuff. But it's so the story is, it takes place after the Demon King has been slain. So
Okay,
it's the
didn't know
story.
that.
So it's the story after.
Gotcha.
The hero's party goes and slays the Demon King, and it's literally Frieren's life after the hero's party slain the Demon King.
Was she part of that party?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like the
Number one.
D&D Trinity. It's like they got the priest, they got the warrior, they got the shield person,
And the dwarf.
and then the mage.
Yeah.
So they go and do that thing, and then it's the story after. It's a coming of age story essentially,
Yeah.
because Frieren's gone 1,000 years of just being this hollowed shell of just believing what she wants to do.
Yeah.
But then it's the story of her following back through the footsteps of the hero's party to understand the emotions of everybody of why they said certain things and did certain actions. Because she never understood that, because she's lived 1,000 years, and the average human lifespan at that time is like 50 to 80 years.
Yeah.
So she didn't understand why people said the things they did. And then she gets, baby Fern, and Fern grows up with her, and she's teaching her magic. And it's just a coming of age story of Frieren understanding emotions and human life and emotions.
You're hitting like notes from Violet Evergarden, and I am interested.
Yes.
Did you know what this was about beforehand?
So my understanding was that it was kind of generally about an elf who has an extremely long lifespan and understanding like what it is to be a human and not have that and that makes life precious in a way that she was not understanding of prior.
Yeah.
And then it's exploring that concept.
Because the hero of the hero's party passes away.
Yes.
And then it finally clicks with her. It's like, oh.
These people die.
Yeah. And it's just like, I got to understand why they're saying the things they do and the actions that they're taking. So it's, she's lived 1,000 years, but it is a coming of age story of, understanding the value of life.
Yeah.
I will say, even though me and Jeff were dunking on you, Jeff has turned his opinion around.
Yeah, because he's my brother.
Well, also because he watched the show more.
Yeah. And it's
He
a
don't
10
wanna
out of
see that.
10.
I told him, I was like, that's cool. I know it's a good show. Doesn't make it not boring at points.
Name a boring point.
The boring point,
Name a good boring point that I'll agree with.
the good boring point,
Can't name one.
her going back to her village, and they look at her because they talk with their mind. Is that right? Do they do that?
That's jobless reincarnation.
No.
Yeah.
What about when she goes back to her own people?
She doesn't meet any other elves besides the big elf of the magic school.
The worst part of Frieren is when it's Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, right. Yeah, jobless,
What are you talking about?
jobless reincarnation is when Roxy goes back to the blue-haired demon village,
they're
and
the
they're all
people.
trying to speak to her in their mind, but she can't speak telepathically to other demons.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That's jobless reincarnation. That was also really good.
Oh yeah, that's when
I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things.
'Cause that's
except
about-
he's a degenerate.
Well, that's the story about being an outcast and you're not accepted in your village, and she's got PTSD. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
I
know.
can't communicate with my own people.
But it was boring when I was watching it.
Chase, you've got no good standards.
You gotta stick to the right show at least.
Because I sat down and watched Jobless Reincarnation 2, and over like 3 days in that chair, I just
Yeah.
binged it.
I want something like Windbreaker. I want that,
Hell is one.
It's a delinquent anime.
Sounds stupid.
dude.
The only delinquent anime that's ever going to be good is
Great
Cromartie
Teacher
High School.
Onizuka. Does that count?
Yeah,
Does that count? That counts as delinquent, doesn't
Yeah.
it? What about that?
Dude,
I mean that's good, but I went with Cromartie High School.
there's a lot of good delinquent anime.
I don't think I've ever watched a delinquent anime.
What are you talking
Okay,
What have I watched? You know my list better than I do, Chase. What have I watched?
out of delinquent anime, Cromartie High School,
Never heard of it.
Great Teacher Onizuka, I
Heard of
guess.
You seen Bento?
That's That's not a delinquent anime.
That's not a delinquent.
They're all delinquent.
That's a
in that
shonen
show.
fighting anime.
They're all.
That's a sports
that's what
anime.
That's what all delinquent animes are.
Okay, and then the next delinquent, I'm only going to put it on here because the main character's a delinquent, is School Rumble.
Haven't seen that.
That's a good one.
Yes.
To put on there. But those aren't the only delinquent anime.
I'm not saying they're the only ones. I'm just saying they're the only good ones.
That's not true.
Name some more, Chase.
Do rah rah rah.
Garbage.
That's not. I watched it earlier. That is not a delinquent anime.
Tell me how it's not a delinquent
It's a
anime.
supernatural
It's
story.
Bakano,
it
but
has
current.
supernatural stuff in it. It is
That's-
not a supernatural story.
that is
That's
the-
not the point of it.
The supernatural aspect is the main point of the show.
No, it's not.
The gangs and the supernatural?
And Alan
The
Wake
gangs.
is Alan Wake is sci-fi because there's a file and control.
Listen,
that
Sonic's about
alludes
running
to
fast.
Alan Wake.
Sonic's about going fast.
Links it to The Witcher.
It leads into The
Links
Witcher. Dude, that was one of the best panels ever. Oh, we need to go to Otakon again. To see
That was
a-
Katsucon.
Yeah, that was
That was Katsucon. We need to go to Katsucon and see a good panel like that. It was the best kind of bad. And it wasn't even bad. Like, it was like people were actually involved. I love that.
We just got to go to whichever one says debate in it.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it, as long as we are allowed to
I
talk.
just want people arguing. That was fun.
I'm arguing in my own head right now.
I need to watch Frieren.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to watch Jobless Reincarnation. I don't know how much I care about that one. Like, it interests me, but I don't know how much it interests me.
So the second half of the first part of the second season, it's some JoJo.
Yeah.
So second part of season 2, part 1.
Which I need to finish JoJo's, by the way, because Netflix did that awful
Yeah,
release
same.
schedule with part 6 or whatever. Anyway.
But like that part of Jobless Reincarnation is good,
Mhm.
but it's also like him just like trying to fix his erectile dysfunction.
See, and that's the part that makes me go, maybe I don't need this show.
Yeah. So it's weird, but it's just like it's still a good show.
'Cause
I
I
love Jobless.
I feel like I get enough of that degen behavior just watching Konosuba, and I got season 3 of that, so I'm happy.
But it's not degen behavior in the sense that where it's like, comedic slapstick comedy
That is
degen
true.
behavior.
Yeah,
It's like,
he's just actually kind of a gross character.
yeah. Well, it's just like he's a 30-year-old shut-in
Yeah,
that's super weeby and otaku
yeah,
stuck. He's in the body of now a 15-year-old at the time,
yeah.
or like 16-year-old when he's got ED going on.
And he can hit on anyone he wants, and he does.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
But
Yeah.
I'm more upset
Tell me about
that
it.
you were confusing Jobless Reincarnation and Frieren.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
not-
they're
that's-
both boring
and
shows.
that's why you're
As someone
shit-talking
who's
Frieren.
as someone who's watched neither, that does offend me
Yeah.
actually a little bit because those are definitely two separate things.
They're
Yes.
both boring shows. That's why I got them
They're
mixed
not
up.
boring.
Wait, so what?
I didn't say they're bad. I said they're boring.
So what score did you give Frieren then?
6.
6.
You gave it a 6.
It's probably a 7.
I finished
That's
it, gave it a 10, and put it at number 2 on my list.
What's number 1 again?
Major
Sure
season
no.
5.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I could put it on my list and put it right after Odd Taxi for you.
Odd Taxi.
Would that change? Would that make you happy?
I don't
Keep
know
it
what-
as dropped and then put it on my favorites.
I don't know what Autotaxi is.
I was scrolling through Crunchyroll the other day, and this is a completely side note. There's some live action Odd Taxi thing. Is it related to Odd Taxi?
It's a if I'm not mistaken, it's like a prequel, like 6-episode live action kind of thing, or not prequel. It's like a side story
Okay.
thing about, if I'm not mistaken, the idols.
That's
They're
interesting.
in it.
Anyway, probably not gonna watch that, but that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it either.
Slime season 3.
What, season 3?
Reincarnated as a slime.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Have you-
I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm just going to wait for it to finish
finish and
airing
then watch.
because I've read all the novels.
Fair enough.
So I just want to wait
Yeah.
and see.
I'm watching that. I love some slime. I love Konosuba. Frieren now that it's over.
Just watch Free.
I really want to. I started Real Life and I'm about halfway through. That one was recommended.
Real Life
to
is
me.
really good.
So I'm watching Real Life. I'll probably wait till I finish that to start Frieren.
The worst part of Real Life.
Is Zac Efron doesn't voice the main
That was a 17 again joke.
I know. I know.
Just wanted to make sure.
I know. That's why my face scrunched up like I just bit a lemon.
It did. Yeah, it was rough. That was rough.
The worst part of real life was watching the show, knowing that they stopped like in the middle of it, and then you had to wait like a year. When it was airing, you had to wait like a year and a half for like the 3-episode OVA to finish it, and they skipped a bunch of the story.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you watch real life and then go to the OVA, read the manga so you see what happens over everything. Well, it's a webtoon, not a manga.
Yeah. I did not know that. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to talk about that later so I know what I need to read, because obviously I don't need to read everything.
I don't remember what you need to read. I just know I watched the show and then they said the OVAs are going to finish it, and I was like, "Oh."
Cool.
And they're like, "Oh, we're skipping a bunch of story." I'm like, "Okay, let me read the webtoon."
Gotcha. And it's necessary. That makes sense.
I wouldn't say it's super necessary. Like, you can stop at the end and then go to the OVA and be like, "Okay, this is, the ending."
Gotcha.
The stuff they skipped is just like story to build some of the characters and get them to the end point. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah. But I've heard very good things about real life. I'm enjoying it. So that's like my binge show that isn't like actually airing right now.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm getting into.
I know you watched it. I don't know if you watched it. Solo Leveling.
Dude.
Didn't watch it, no.
I enjoyed Solo Leveling. I understand some people's complaints that it was so hyped up, and then I don't want to say quite frankly, I had a great time watching it. I think the show was good. It is boring in the sense that this season, from what I understand of people who've like actually read it and know what's coming, this whole season was just the setup for the things to come. This was all the setup so that the rest of the show can run.
Yes.
And I had a great time with the setup.
Yes.
But the thing is, my outsider perspective, outsider in the sense that I don't know what the content was going to be before going into it, it was hyped like it was just going to start and just go, and that's not what it did. And I'm okay with that. I wish it wasn't sold to me like that from the get-go.
I agree. The way they ended it is for the people that have read the webtoon or the novels.
Yeah, okay.
It's for the people that know what's coming, because you're like, okay, we can see it all. But it did end in a weird spot. It's like, oh, he finally got, like, the shadow powers.
That shadow power arise.
Like, oh, so it's just like, okay, he's, he's complete now. Like, he's, getting to the point where he's powerful.
And that's, and yeah, it's just, it was all set up, and I'm okay with that, because you get to see some of the characters that obviously he's going to interact with, didn't like talk to them like at all.
So there's a few strings that, appear here and there. Like, they keep talking about the Jeju Island raids. Yep. They keep talking about some of the other stuff. That's stuff that's going to like converge back later.
I'm ready.
Yes.
My body is ready. I want it. I will continue with this show. I'm happy.
I am very impressed with the show that they got the art from the webtoon down to a T.
Oh, it looks great. It looks phenomenal. It looks exactly like because Aaron.
It looks exactly like the webtoon.
He has the manga version. Of
the webtoon. Like in the first episode when the statue smiles, it's basically lifted from the panel.
It's perfect.
Yes.
It's perfect. They did a phenomenal job with it. I think they did amazing. I really like the music.
Yes.
Fun. I will say that and Kaiju number 8 airing this season are running into the exact same problem. And it's not a problem. It's just these cliffhangers are killing me.
But George,
these cliffhangers are like, dear God, how did they find a way to make 23 minutes really closer to, the 20 minute, because, OPED. How did they find a way to make 20 minutes feel like it's only 15? Yep. And there's 5 minutes that like should be in the episode and just never are. Yep. Like, they did. Every single episode of Solo Leveling did it. Every single episode of Kaiju number 8 has done it. What are these cliffhangers?
But George,
just watch Frieren, where every episode feels like it's 40 minutes and you enjoy every minute of it.
But George, what did you think about that ending theme?
of One Republic.
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8, it has Youngblood for the OP, and it's got One Republic for the ED. And they're great, but I'm just like, I don't really care about the Youngblood song too much, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
The OP I don't really care about. The ED is great.
It's a bop.
It's
as
a
the
bop.
kids say.
It's a bop.
I mean, I skip OPs and EDs.
I'm having a
You
great
wouldn't
time
skip
with
this
Kaiju
one.
number 8.
Yeah, I would.
I skip them all.
I skip them all.
I don't care. It's got to be really good before I don't skip.
I watch the OPs. I watch the OPs once, then skip them. I never watch EDs.
Never ever.
Nope.
Frieren.
Nope. I don't even know what the ED is.
You don't even watch the ED once?
Is that one happen?
That's broken behavior. What are you doing?
Oh, by the way, how come George can call a show boring and you're like,
What show is boring?
Solo Leveling?
He didn't say it was boring.
He started off, he said, I get that it's boring.
Well, time out. I thought I did a good job of clarifying. It was boring compared to what I was being sold of the show.
See, the difference between what you said, Chase, and what he said, Chase,
Is I actually called it boring?
you just said this is boring and then gave me the wrong show. He said this is boring, but I understand why it's boring. It's set up,
Yeah, but I
and
told
it's for
you,
people that
and
knows the
I
knowledge.
told you a boring part of another boring show is what it is.
But that part wasn't boring because there's meaning behind what happens. there.
Just because there's meaning doesn't make it not boring.
I do agree with that. It can have purpose and be boring.
Right.
I can't judge what you're talking about because I haven't seen either show,
But
unfortunately.
the boring part you're talking about, Mushoku Tensei, is literally a life-changing thing that happened to her that led her to leave her village and to change her lifestyle.
That doesn't sound very boring, I will say.
You're saying it's boring versus in reality when it's she can't function as a normal demon in society because she can't communicate
Which character
telepathically.
is this?
Roxy, the blue-haired demon girl.
I didn't even know she was a demon.
I didn't either.
She says in like one of the first few episodes she's a demon.
Oh, I thought she was just
and then she
bitch.
tells
Huh.
and then she tells Rudius about the story of the Riggards,
Oh.
the green hair demons.
I thought she was an elf.
No, she's a demon.
You're thinking of Frieren.
Yeah.
The other boring show.
I haven't watched it. That's why I don't know anything about these characters. But, yeah.
That's
no.
the difference between you saying it's boring versus him saying it was
Hey.
boring.
Yeah. Solo Leveling Season 1 isn't boring. If I...
Then
what
why'd
I
you
was-
say it was boring?
He's saying
Solo Leveling Season 1 is boring in the sense that what I was told I was going to have was this crazy, awesome action show. And that's what I'll get in Season 2.
so for George, it's boring in context because the people that have read the novels
I had the wrong expectation going in.
It's me and Aaron telling him who I've read all the novels and Aaron's read all the webtoons saying this is good.
Yes. And it is good. If I had the right expectation of what Solo Leveling Season 1 would have been when I went in, I would have never been like, this is boring. I would have been like, this is what I signed up for, and it's doing a great job. I just didn't know what I signed up for. It still did a great job, and it wasn't boring. Comparatively, I would say it was more boring than what I signed up for, because I signed up for crazy, awesome action show. And that's not what Season 1 is. Season 1 is the setup. Now, there is some good action in Season 1. Some of those fights are very well animated. I was very impressed. Yo, when he comes out of that one game, he's just like, oh, there's this monster here. And he just like flicks a rock or whatever and just breaks his defense and then leaves. I'm like, yes, please.
The fight against Igris.
I need more of that.
Yeah, the fight against Igris was really good.
Oh,
I'm glad. They did the shortcuts in animation where they kind of have like just the stuff lying around.
yeah.
But they did a really good job with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why when you say something's boring, give me a good reason.
I did give you a good reason.
With the wrong show.
You gave me a good reason was she
I
walked
just
in.
doubled up on shows.
Your boring reason was she walked into a village and couldn't talk to people.
No, Frieren is boring
Why?
because the cool characters are dying or are already dead.
The cool characters.
Yeah, where's the dwarf?
The dwarf, he shows up for like 10 episodes.
Oh, I didn't make it that far.
Wait, you haven't finished the show?
No,
How far did you get?
5 or 6 episodes.
Oh.
The red-haired kid killed something.
Yeah, and then the dwarf hangs around for like 5 or 6 episodes to do stuff with them.
That's his mass day, isn't it?
Yes.
I remember that part.
Maybe you should watch more of the show. Maybe it gets better. I mean, hey, to be fair, you gave it 5 or 6 episodes. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. I mean, I'm all down for that. If you don't like a show, drop it. You don't need to waste your time watching something you don't like.
But telling me it's boring.
But yeah, to do that and then be like, no, it's actively like not to say it's like
It's insincere.
I don't know.
It's not insincere.
Well,
It's the truth.
It's disrespectful.
In your own home. You disrespect me in my
See,
own
Chase,
home.
when I tell you something is boring,
no.
it's because I've watched 0 episodes of it, and I look at it and say, that's not me.
Which means he's not even going to give it a chance.
Exactly.
I
You
thought
gave-
it looked boring, and then I gave it a chance, and I was like, it is boring.
I don't know how I feel.
That's worse.
No.
Because you said this is boring. You went in with the expectation. You went in with a bad attitude,
No.
and you kept that bad attitude.
Actually,
You're a bad faith viewer.
Actually, I went in. I said this looks boring. I said the character designs don't look like they're animated that well. Watched it. I was like, they are animated pretty well.
It's animated extremely well.
Yeah,
Who did it?
I think it's a new studio, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's
Probably
crazy.
one of those studios that came up with like, we're going to do this show specifically.
It's
Like the
Similar
Jobless
to
rank. Like,
Mashoko Tensei.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Mashoko Shoko.
Who did Mushoku Tensei?
A studio that was made to make Mashoko Tensei.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just like
Because I know that has really good animation.
just like Attack on Titan, Wit Studios left production IG. The people left to make Wit Studios to make Attack on Titan.
That's insane. Good things are happening.
Just
Yeah,
like the
there's
people
money
that
in it.
left
Gynax.
Gynax.
I
Just
really
like the
hope
people
the
who let-
the decline of the Japanese economy doesn't hit anime too hard.
It won't.
They're having problems.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, I saw something out the other day and I'm like, I plan to go to Japan sometime next year. Should I just exchange like $1,000 for the yen right
the yen
now?
right now.
Just in case it just in case their economy heals somehow?
Do
Like
I need
maybe
to
should I
buy my
just-
bullet train pass now
Should-
before it gets too expensive?
Should I just do it? Should I just do it now when like I can definitely get like
Yeah, I think the prices are low.
we get a lot of buying power if we take our USD over there, man. That's all I'm saying. It's
man.
like 150, 160 yen for a buck here.
Yep.
It used to be close to 100. It used to be like
pretty even.
it
like
used
a
to be
cent
like
for a
oh,
yen.
so if someone was 1,000 yen, you're just like straight up boom. That's $10.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh great, now I have to do math.
It's like $7.50.
Yen's getting weaker to the dollar.
Yeah, well, it's like
Well,
even less. It's crazy.
yeah.
It's like 1,000 yen is like $6 and something cents. It's like nothing. It's insane. You can go and just walk into a place and get like a decent bowl of ramen and spend like $5. And I'm like, that's
That's what's up.
what's up.
That's
And
what's
honestly, I just want to go to 7-Eleven and get some onigiri.
I want to
I
go
don't
to a
need
Family
much.
Mart and get some famu chicken.
I honestly, I just want to eat everything. I want to
Yeah,
get there
yeah.
and I want to eat everything I can eat.
Man, we have differences of what we want to go do.
Oh yeah, I want to climb a mountain.
I want to see a Japanese baseball game and go visit the Hanoji Temple.
Whose tempo?
The Hanoji Temple where Oda Nobunaga got betrayed.
Oh,
As long as we can see Himeji Castle too.
Yeah, we can see a Meiji Castle.
Cool, because I got the Lego set for that, and it'll be more interesting
can
if
we
I can
see
say I've been there.
Takeshi's castle?
I don't care. We're grown men. We can do what we want.
Can we go to Tsushima and conquer it, just
Yeah.
like in the
Yeah.
And go to
in Ghost of Tsushima,
Yeah.
the authentic Japanese video game?
Oh yeah.
Can we go to I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Can we go see the Gundam that I think they're tearing down?
It's already torn down.
yeah, it's gone.
The
Jerry-
Gone Gundam.
I've heard
Jerry
it's gone.
told me.
Yeah.
Jared?
Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah.
There
He went at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Who's Jerry?
Our license surveyor.
Uh,
He took a vacation to Japan, came back. He went there. I have the flyer or the fan or whatever, but he went there during the Pokemon World Championships for VGC.
on purpose?
No, by accident.
Okay.
Like he got off the train and there's just like a bunch of Pokemon stuff going around, and they were
That's-
handing out stuff for the VGC championship. And
Awesome.
then he was like, he asked me like, "You're into Pokemon, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I got something. I'll bring it tomorrow." And then he gave me this fan. And I'm like, "Oh, that's it. I'll go find it."
So is he just like
He's grabbing
he's
it.
not a weeb, right? He just wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just went to Japan, but yeah, he gave me this.
What?
Yeah, it's for the 2023 summer VGC
Try cooling
championship.
yourself off real quick with that.
Yeah,
That's quality.
and then he was
That's good card
and then
stock.
he was showing me pictures of people dressed up in Pokemon costumes, and then he said we were walking over here and they got a big Gundam over there.
I can't even read this.
I know, me neither.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Let me see those.
Yeah,
moves.
but then he was like, "You
Don't
want?"
bend it. Be careful.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's special.
Yo, I love this little sushi roll
Mm-hmm.
that one is
Yeah,
on. These are new Pokemon, so I don't know their names.
We got
There were
Derpy Duck.
There were only 151 Pokemon when I was a kid.
We got Melted Volcano, and we got
Let me see what's on. That's
Alley
Fuecoco.
Cat.
That's Fuecoco, Sprigatito, or whatever the grass one is.
See, it's just I can't. I just
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
You just can't.
and that's Quaxley.
That's the duck.
Yeah, he's
Do you
That,
still pay
Skele-
attention?
Skeledirge over there is the evolved form of Fuecoco.
Do you still pay attention to the Pokemon scene as far as the like games go? You follow that still?
I didn't play Scarlet and Violet. I
Yeah.
bought them, started playing it. I was like, I don't enjoy this.
Yep,
So since I didn't play through it, I haven't done anything competitive or anything.
fair enough.
I haven't followed it.
Yep.
Mm.
It's just it's
I
so
lost
much.
it. As much as I hated Dynamaxing
I don't like
and
that.
Sword and Shield,
The Mega Evolution stuff.
Mega Evolutions were fun. Dynamaxing and VGC for Sword and Shield, as much as I hated it, I understood it.
That's fair.
What new gimmick did they put in with
Terrestrializing.
what? What'd you call me?
And Scarlet and Violet is terrestrializing, so you can change the type of
You
the Pokemon
can't say
now.
that, dude.
Oh.
So you say you have, a water type, right? And you're like, oh, they've sent a grass type out to hurt me. All of a sudden, I'm gonna terrestrialize, and now I'm a fire type.
Can any Pokemon do that?
Yes, any Pokemon can do it.
And
So the
That's
gimmick.
when they get like a diamond cake on their head.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So the gimmick of this iteration is trying to puzzle together your team, when to terrestrialize defensively, offensively, how to type your terrestrializing, and all that.
mm-hmm.
So
That's interesting.
yes,
I don't.
and I hated it. So
So how does these gimmicks, terrestrializing, mega evolutions, Gigantamaxing,
Bowser.
Giga chatting, whatever. How does that translate from one game to the next? Like
they just don't have the gimmick.
they just
anymore.
don't have the gimmick.
Yeah, there's
anymore.
no Dynamaxing in Scarlet and Violet.
Okay.
So the whole point is terrestrializing. So
That's
what it is.
Okay.
Just
but
like
in
there's no
but
Mega
in
Evolution.
competitive, all of those things still exist. Mega. Oh, it just depends on whatever rule set you're using, or is it just whatever the new
Whatever
one
They
is?
only existed in that season of VGC. So X and Y was Mega Evolutions.
Gotcha.
Sun and Moon was the Z powers. Sword and Shield was Dynamaxing.
Okay.
Scarlet Violet is terrestrializing. Black and White was gems. And then before that, there was no gimmick.
Yeah. I kind of like no gimmick. It just makes more sense. It's just.
It made more
easier.
sense, but it got stale.
I mean, I do understand that. I can
Yeah.
understand it getting stale over time because
Yeah.
just
That's-
adding new Pokemon doesn't actually
That's
change.
why they
anything.
started adding gimmicks in Black and White. Because
Okay.
for Gen 3 and Gen 4, it's just like, oh, everybody's protecting and exploding and doing the same thing. So,
All right. It looks like it's about that time.
For what?
I don't know. I was looking at the time on there.
Is that even accurate?
It is accurate.
I
do
was
you know?
recording for like 20 minutes before we started.
It was actually, yeah.
And your point?
Frieren.
Frieren hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm a boring proclaimer.
Shit, that's worse.
It might be.
Anyways, as always, sitting on the left, it's
George.
on the right, it's,
Eric.
and I'm in the middle, I'm Chase. Thanks for listening to BakaTaka. Appreciate your ears. And go ahead and get on out of here.
Later.
Bye-bye. You didn't even dislike the right show. Why is he like this? You don't even like Frieren.
Dude, I know how to behave at everyone's houses.
Why are you pouring that Dr. Pepper into that cup? It's not like there's ice in there.
I like drinking through the straw.
To be fair, I agree with some stuff like that because sometimes I'll pour it into a glass because, aerating it makes it taste different.
I mean, that is fair. I like it when you say it, though. When Chase did it, I disagree.